Good morning. Happy Saturday, friends. It's B, your host with Back to Your Roots podcast. So I am sitting in my office and I just, having some coffee, just finished doing my to-do list for the weekend. It's Saturday, but I definitely need to spend some time doing some stuff and things. This week I felt like I lost a lot of work or lost a lot of time dealing with some like energetic symptom stuff. So I spent a lot of time like in rest mode. And this morning while I was sitting having my coffee, I just was wanting to like reflect on that because I found this like interesting dynamic or this growth concept. So I was reflecting on like how I would have handled the situation like before. And before I would have used terms like, oh, I lost a lot of time. Or, I would have been like, oh my God, now I have to do all of this stuff now, like my whole weekend. Or I would have been frustrated that as a leader, I'm the one that definitely has to put all of the foundational bricks in. And if I were to turn to someone else, they often they're already busy. So it's not even like a thought on their mind. So that would have really frustrated me. And this morning I was sitting and reflecting with my coffee, like writing my to-do list. And you can really reflect on the growth of the situation. Like I was like, yep, this is my to-do list. Like I'm gonna own every second of this. I wasn't even like upset that, I'm just like, like I have to do all of this stuff. Which I think like coming from a leader standpoint, this is definitely something like I've always struggled with, is like being a leader, being on the top, so to speak. Creating new ground or like forging my own path, forging my own way has been a struggle in the sense that I feel like I'm the only one that knows. Or if I go to someone else, like I often outgrow my healers or my mentors or people at the top who are supposed to be my mentors always show up and tell me like I can't do something or it's not going to work out or I'm not going to be successful. And any person that I ask for help or turn to help, like they're all so flabbergasted and flustered with their own lives. And it's all of a sudden like they have more work on their plate, so they can't bother to help me with structuring things. And before I used to like really let it get to me. And I think the leadership growth concept is learning to heal your traumas and work through your stuff so that you're looking at your business in an avenue of love and light. And those things that frustrated you before, you turn around and create lightness with it. And that's one thing that I noticed this morning, and I was like, I have to go on and share this with my community because it's I think a very profound thing and really adds a lot of character to a leader to be able to like sit down in peace. Like I cleared off my desk, which is never clear because I'm always doing things, building things, creating things. I have some incense going. I've got my coffee. Like I just booted my laptop and I'm just like, yes, this is my to-do list. I'm not going to fret about, getting things ticked off on it. I'm just going to enjoy. I'm going to infuse this weekend like business with pleasure. I'm going to, dabble in a little bit of this, dabble in a little bit of that, because I don't know about you, but I'm definitely like the boss woman that can't focus enough for long periods of time to kind of check things off. I really like change, and I get so excited about different things. So I'm like the human that has 20 books on the go because I get so excited about the new information. So I go and like read that, which is maybe not the best strategy. I probably would have been like labeled with ADHD or ADD as a kid, but luckily I wasn't. So today I was just like, yeah, like I'm gonna dabble. That's one of the things that this whole pandemic has really like helped me shift, is understanding time and like having a lot of time. So most of the time I morph into like this 80-year-old man mentality where I putter. So I'm really gonna bring that aspect, because it has so much lightness to it. Like before I would hate cleaning, and now I putter clean, and it checks things off to-do lists, but it also like creates this lightness that I don't have to like wipe out my entire day to clean something. I just putter clean throughout the week, and it feels good. Like it feels light, it feels authentic to me. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. Is I'm gonna like putter my to-do list. I have some like big ticket things on it that I want to check off. But I think just coming from like a growth standpoint as a leader, those are some of the, key mindset switches that you can make, is creating lightness in it. Like I know lightness and love, like falling in love with it, following with some joy in it, and knowing like I don't have to do this to-do list all in one day. I can infuse lightness in it. I can infuse joy in it. And creating and switching the mentality. Before I used to have the mentality, which is why I kind of built my website and just left it. I was like, oh, like this is so much work. It's so tedious. Like I don't want to do this. And lately, I've really focused on switching my mentality or my mindset to create lightness around my website, and be like, and more play and beautifying it, and understanding that it is an extension of who I am and what I'm presenting to the world, and my gifts, my services, how I want to show up. So I'm going to take the time and I'm going to infuse it with who I am. So the person on the receiving end going to my website maybe get some of that like good vibes, good juju as they're scrolling through the pages. So it's not really about like I'm gonna like bang this out and get it up tomorrow. It's about how much lightness can I create. So I know later today, like if I'm working on my to-do list or if I'm working on my taxes, if I'm getting frustrated, or if there's a point where it's causing stress or dis-ease, that I know I need to like step away from that and maybe do some reading, or maybe dabble in something else, maybe go for a walk outside, whatever it is to switch the vibration up. And tomorrow or later that day, when I'm feeling like I'm in the flow again, and there's lightness around it, that I can get back to it. And I think when you create things and when you build things with the mindset of love, and lightness and inspiration and the fun in that moment, that's kind of when you switch to that energy of, you got the Midas touch. Everything you're doing is going to turn to gold, because people on the receiving end of it feel so inspired, and they feel that energetic rush. That's why sometimes painters and artists have, you can really feel the vibes through their music. You really feel, and you become inspired and you become moved by what they're creating. So if we did that and we took that energy and infused it into all avenues of our business, even if you're like an accountant or you're a coach or you're a personal trainer, you yourself know, if you become mindful, when you're infusing love and joy in what you do, the outcome completely transforms before your eyes, which I think is so important and so incredible. You don't need to create anything or build anything or complete anything from no time at all, or from stress. You can pause. Time is, we do have time limits, but time is a little bit of an illusion at times. So if the more you can step out of that mindset and transform your mindset, the more success you'll have with your tasks and your business. in yourself, your own personal growth, but the more joy you'll have doing it. All of those boring tasks, those monotonous tasks that stressed you out before or you procrastinated on aren't going to be a thing, because you're going to infuse all of those things with joy. That's right. I'm going to infuse my taxes with joy today. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to start with my mindset first, which is the most important thing. So I just had a little ding saying my intermittent fasting's done, so I can finally go eat. But I wanted to hop on today to hopefully start your weekend. If you're at home working like I am this weekend, or if you're hearing this on a Monday or during the week, hopefully you can really tap into this message and really change your mindset about the things that you're frustrated with, because this is all a very trying time for all of us. We all have a lot of emotions around it, but the more we can create mindfulness and switch on our mindset to return to something that brings us joy or love, the more we can create flow and less stress in our environment. So I hope you have a great weekend, guys. This is your podcast. I'm B, your host. Talk to you real soon. Bye.